Well, the weekend starting off chilly and dry, but a quick-hitting system will move through tonight. With it could come rain for southern New Hampshire, a brief round of some light snow and wintry mix north of the Lakes region, and there may even be some lingering snow showers up in the White Mountains tomorrow. So some of us wake up to some slick travel on Sunday morning, but the southern two-thirds of New Hampshire is going to dry out on Sunday, and we actually sneak in a mostly fine day of weather for tomorrow. Here's the timeline of things. Really no issues if you're out on the roads today. Even through dinner time tonight, it is quiet, but clouds will start to thicken up after sunset. Notice by 8 or 9 o'clock some light precipitation arriving in southwestern New Hampshire. Where you see the green here, including places like Keene and Jaffrey, it's mostly just some steady rain overnight. Initially, central New Hampshire may be just cold enough for a brief period of some snow and wintry mix, but even there it will change to rain, especially right up toward the southern edge of Lake Winnipesaukee by 11 o'clock tonight. Farther north, we'll see some snow over the White Mountains into parts of the Mount Washington Valley. Rain taking over in the upper valley, including Lebanon, probably up to Haverhill and Woodsville by midnight tonight. And then some of the higher terrain of Grafton County could actually wind up with a bit of sleet and freezing rain. That could result in a glaze of ice and certainly some slick travel on untreated roads. We'll hang on to snow the longest across far northeastern New Hampshire through the wee hours of tomorrow morning. It's steady rain for many Lakes region on south through about 2 or 3 a.m. Notice the back edge of things quickly arriving between 3 and 5 o'clock Sunday morning. Many of us wake up to dry weather tomorrow. We'll see some snow showers kick up over the higher terrain of the White Mountains, but elsewhere it will wind up being a mostly dry, albeit a chilly and breezy Sunday across the Granite State. So a little bit of light sleet and freezing rain could result in a glaze of ice, especially over higher elevation areas through early tomorrow morning. I'm especially looking at areas like Springfield up into Canaan, Groton, Dorchester, Warren, and Wentworth as well could see a glaze of ice. And this may even include far northern sections of the Lakes region like Tuftonboro into Tamworth, Sandwich, and Campton. Much of the White Mountains and the Great North Woods not only seeing that glaze of ice, but also some minor snow accumulations as well. And that could make travel along 302 and Route 2 quite slick by tomorrow morning. Highest snow totals out of the system are really over the elevation, say above 3,000 or 4,000 feet. That includes Pinkham Notch, Crawford Notch, into really the heart of the White Mountains. You might pick up an inch or so in Lincoln, a couple inches possible in Waterville Valley, probably a coating or so in Conway. Really areas north of Route 2 stand the best chance for a few inches of snow, including Lancaster and Berlin through the day tomorrow. So you might not wake up to all that snow. It may take until tomorrow night to actually achieve some of those higher snowfall totals up in the North Country. Notice in Berlin, probably about an inch on the ground by 1 a.m. Waking up tomorrow morning to maybe an 1.5 to 2 inches, and then an additional inch or two possible out of some upslope snow showers late in the day. As it's snowing up north tomorrow, many areas see temperatures above freezing, so the warmest part of Sunday is during the morning. Watch how temperatures crash north and west of Concord late in the day, so anything that is wet and untreated tomorrow night could actually wind up a bit icy, especially in the upper valley and the White Mountains. A little bit of sun trying to poke through this morning, and I think it will turn mostly sunny today. Temperatures largely sitting around freezing for right now. We wind up in the 40s for most as clouds thicken up very late this afternoon. Most see rain in southern New Hampshire tonight, but cold enough up north for some slick travel as some wintry mix will fall. Temperatures on Sunday back in the 40s, but look at the cool down on the way for Monday. We'll stay in the 30s to kick off the work week, and what will not be helping our case is this gusty wind that will make it feel more like the 20s on Monday afternoon. We'll hang on to mountain snow, but otherwise quiet with some partial sunshine through much of next week.